Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, ended with an impactful cliffhanger, ideally setting up the season finale. This installment in the fantasy series picked up with the start of the Battle of Monmouth, a pivotal conflict in the Revolutionary War. As a brigadier general, Jamie Fraser was tasked with leading a battalion into battle while Claire remained behind to care for fallen Continental soldiers. It seemed that the fighting was coming to a close, but when a group of retreating British soldiers passed by the church hospital, Claire got caught in the crossfire. Of course, Jamie and Claire's roles in the Battle of Monmouth weren't the only thing of note in Outlander Season 7, Episode 15. Lord John and young Ian successfully saved William Ransom, who returned to camp to find that Jane Pocock had been arrested for murder. Then, there are Roger and Brianna's adventures. Roger and Buck made efforts to send word to Brianna about where they landed in time while Brianna prepared to travel through the stones and reunite her family. It was undoubtedly an exciting episode of Outlander, and the cliffhanger ending serves as the perfect segue toward the finale. Claire is shot at the end of Outlander Season 7, Episode 15. Claire's fears about the Battle of Monmouth were correct. Claire after being shot in Outlander. Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, wasn't the first time that Jamie marched into battle. Each time this has happened in the series, there has been an air of concern that it might finally be the last for this character. Claire has typically been more or less safe at the hospital encampment, but the Battle of Monmouth twisted everything onto its head. Claire wound up shot in the abdomen, and it quickly becomes apparent that this wound isn't something she could recover from on her own. Claire needed a highly skilled doctor, and the man in charge of the Continental Field Hospital certainly wasn't that. Though the Continental doctor abandoned Claire, the arrival of the Hunters brought renewed hope. Denzel Hunter has been hungrily learning from Claire, adding futuristic knowledge to his extensive medical talents. Claire was conscious long enough to provide Denzel with some instruction, and they both deduced that the bullet was likely lodged in the liver. Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 ended with Denzel ready to get started and Claire promising Jamie that she wouldn't leave him. Hopefully, with the help of some rather lucky cheese, she can keep this promise. General Lafayette's life-saving cheese explained. The Roquefort cheese can be used to save Claire. Rachel holding cheese in Outlander. Claire was pleased to meet the Marquis de Lafayette in Outlander Season 7, Episode 14, and their friendship turned out to be rather beneficial in the season semifinal. Upon their first meeting, the Marquis gave Claire some French cheese as a gift, and she heartily enjoyed it. In Episode 15, when the Hunters arrived at the church, they mentioned that General Lafayette was concerned to hear that Claire was injured, and he sent some gifts to aid in her healing. Claire perked up at the smell of some Roquefort cheese, not because she had a hankering but because it could be used to make penicillin. After Denzel removes the bullet from Claire's liver, her greatest enemy will be infection. There would be almost no chance of survival without something powerful to fight this off, but the poultice Claire instructed Denzel to make will make all the difference. The Marquis de Lafayette is an essential figure in American history, but who knew his gifts would prove so crucial to Claire's survival in Outlander? Why Jamie resigned in Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 explained. Jamie wrote a message in his own heart's blood. While Jamie sat praying by Claire's side, a messenger arrived from General Lee requesting that Jamie meet with him at once. This is the very last person that Jamie would want to see at this moment. General Lee tried to order the battalion to retreat during the battle, a horrendously cowardly move. This is especially outrageous since General Lee was the one who had been upset by George Washington's appointment since he felt he deserved command instead. Ultimately, the Battle of Monmouth proved that General Lee did not have what it took. This all is why General Lee was in such a bad temper, and he seemed to be exercising his remaining authority by demanding that Jamie join him despite Claire's injury. Jamie would have none of it. There was nothing that could have separated him from his wife at that moment. So, Jamie demanded that the messenger remove his shirt, and using Claire's blood, he wrote the message, "Sir, I resign." J. Fraser on his back. George Washington will surely have something to say about Jamie's resignation, especially since he favors Jamie over General Lee. Still, Jamie may determine that his wife's life is more important than Washington's. Will Brianna and Roger continue their time-traveling adventures? Brianna is headed to the past. Sophie Skelton as Brianna and Richard Rankin as Roger in Outlander Season 7, Episode 3. While the Battle of Monmouth was the central focus of Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, Brianna and Roger made their own appearances as well. Brianna is set and ready with her children by the standing stones. Everyone is dressed to fit in with the past, and the letter Roger left for Brianna provided her with a clearer destination to focus on as they step through time. The last we see of Brianna and her children, they are running toward the stones, though the episode doesn't reveal where they landed. Roger, on the other hand, is still eager to find Jemmy. He doesn't know as of Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 that Brianna already found him, so he is determined to continue his search. However, Buck volunteers to travel forward through the stones to ensure that Brianna got Roger's letter, at which point he would return with news. It seems the Mackenzies will continue to zip through time going into Season 7's finale. Hopefully, an Outlander reunion is on the way. Jane's arrest in Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 explained. William is setting out on his own adventure. Jane in Outlander. William is another significant point of interest in Outlander Season 7, Episode 15. After being saved by Lord John, he returned to camp to discover a distraught Fanny Pocock. The little girl told William that while he was gone, her sister Jane was recognized as Captain Harkis' murderer. She was arrested and taken away and is likely doomed to hang. However, William promised Fanny that he wouldn't allow that to happen. His plan forward is, so far, unclear, but Outlander Season 7 finale is sure to dive into his efforts to save Jane. How Outlander Season 7, Episode 15 sets up the finale. There is one more episode left in Season 7. Jamie and Claire in Outlander Season 7 Episode 15. There's only one episode remaining in Outlander Season 7, and Episode 15 has everything perfectly set up for an impactful finale. Claire's fate will be the main thing audiences will be looking to find out when Episode 16 releases, as well as whether Jamie's resignation will really stick. Additionally, it can be hoped that Brianna's journey through time will result in a reunion with her parents, which would certainly be heartwarming to see. Outlander's Season 7 finale may also see William take off on his own adventure to save Jane, which is sure to be a significant step in his development one way or another.